Star Trek. Lower Decks wins Hugo Award 30 years after TNG. When Star Trek. The Next Generation first brought Starfleet diplomacy, moral dilemmas, and android philosophy into living rooms. Few could have predicted its lasting impact on science fiction television. Even fewer could have imagined that, 3 decades later, a loud, chaotic, and irreverent animated successor would achieve one of the genre's highest honors. Yet that is exactly what happened when Star Trek. Lower Decks was announced as a winner at the prestigious Hugo Awards, marking a symbolic full circle for the franchise, one that began with philosophical gravity and returned with animated satire, yet still managed to earn the same level of critical recognition. The moment felt almost surreal to longtime fans. The Hugo Awards have historically rewarded works that stretch imagination and elevate science fiction beyond entertainment into cultural commentary. The Next Generation helped define that standard for television in the late 20th century, with episodes like The Inner Light and Measure of a Man still studied in writing rooms today. For many, it was the first time sci-fi on TV felt truly literary. Now, 30 years later, Lower Decks has proven that the franchise's legacy was never confined to seriousness or prestige alone. Instead, it has evolved into something more flexible, able to embrace humor, absurdity, and self-awareness without losing its intellectual roots. The win was not just a nostalgic callback. It was a statement about how far science fiction television has come. Lower Decks, created by Mike McMahon, thrives on rapid-fire jokes, deep-cut franchise references, and an affectionate parody of Starfleet bureaucracy. But beneath its comedic surface lies a sharp understanding of the very ideals the Next Generation championed: teamwork, empathy, and the belief that even the most overlooked crew members matter. That duality may be exactly what impressed Hugo voters. While earlier Star Trek shows often position themselves as moral compass narratives, Lower Decks asks a different question. What happens when the people fixing the moral compass are the ones nobody notices? Characters like Mariner, Boimler, Tendi, and Rutherford are not starship legends or diplomatic icons. They are junior officers spilling drinks, making mistakes, and occasionally saving entire civilizations without anyone in command realizing it happened. In doing so, the series reframes heroism in a way that feels modern, chaotic, and oddly relatable. The win also highlights how Star Trek continues to reinvent itself without abandoning its identity. Where The Next Generation offered polished ideals of a utopian future, Lower Decks embraces the messiness required to actually maintain it. One series built the dream. The other shows the paperwork behind it. Behind the scenes, fans and critics alike have noted how rare it is for a franchise to maintain creative relevance across so many tonal shifts. From the philosophical tone of The Next Generation to the dark political complexity of Deep Space Nine, and now the comedic energy of Lower Decks, Star Trek has avoided becoming a museum piece. Instead, it functions more